believe that he ever said it works for everybody.
It's on the internet.
Does it have a reference?
I've noticed a lot of scientists don't have, oh, they all do. Like I was telling the lady there with the white sleeveless on, that it's all on the internet and it's all verified. It's all reference has been given.
Well, I have the technical manuals and things, some policies, so I can look
up R245.
I know what R245 is.
Oh, very good. Now, what kind of religious leader tells you to go shoot somebody to audit them?
As far as I can remember from reading it, it's totally out of context.
I don't believe so. I've read the entire document.
That was a humorous remark. He was not advocating that somebody go out and start shooting people.
Well, the way I look at it, anybody above clear should be able to quote it verbatim, and I haven't heard anything quoted at all. In fact, Linda in OT6 could not remember my name. After the third time she met me, she still couldn't remember my name. Now, I told her, I said, "You're letting me down, Linda. Come on now, don't let me down." Now, Linda and I have a good rapport because we both got a good sense of humor. We both respect each other.
It seems to me that this other girl here, who I have not met her, so I don't know her name, but I probably would not bother to recall it anyway, but she told Linda that she would get her a reference on something she told her, and
well,
never brought it by.
I'm kind of concerned that Linda isn't here myself.
Maybe she's got more important things to do.
More important than come to the Scientology Center on a Saturday?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that. That's outtake. I mean, that would get her a sec check quicker than anything else I can think of. To be able to say that I have more important things to do than go to the org. That's out ethics, and that's a sec check. That's an ethics violation. Phew. I don't even want to think too long about that.
I'm sure that would be one of your most minor crimes.
But I thought that there were no minor crimes.
All sorts of degrees of crime, of ethics.
Well, so far I haven't seen any OT powers. Not a one. I figured, why be an OT if you don't use your powers? Superhuman being? OT6 can't remember my name? That's an easy one.
OT6 can't remember his name.
Right.
Broke my heart, too.
Linda can't remember his name.
Oh, that was Linda.
She can now.
Did you
She can
remember
now.
hers?
I like Linda. Yeah. I remember her the first time. Yogi, Linda, Susan. Let's see.
So what's the date on there? OT6 is supposed to remember names.
Anybody above clear? Oh. Anybody above...
I wonder, where is that written?
In Dianetics. Perfect memory, perfect eyesight, perfect hearing. It's all there. And more than once, too.
What about choose not to remember something? What about choose not to remember his name? Isn't that okay?
Not to be clear, it would. That's outtech.
Outtech?
Do you know the first clear? Do y'all know the first clear could not remember the color of Hubbard's tie?
No. Where did that data come from? The internet.
No,
I
it
bet
was.
you it was the internet.
In 1952, there was a presentation. But it is on the internet. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Well,
but that's not where I heard it.
That makes me feel much better.
That's not where I heard
it.
it.
Is on the internet.
No, that's in. There's
Ask
books.
him when Heber's going to go back to Spain to face charges. Oh, I forgot. That coward won't dare face charges.
There's also some things on the internet with Heber Gents on a radio talk show with Dennis Ehrlich.
Okay.
I wouldn't want someone who rants like that to be the president of my church. He tried to take the microphone away from Dennis. He accused Dennis of being on drugs right there on the radio.
So, are you an advocate of people being on drugs?
No,
That's okay?
but that's a good attempt at twisting it.
Okay, so are you on drugs?
No, are you?
No.
How about you?
No.
Hey, Tony, are you on drugs? Do you think the gentleman behind you in glasses is on drugs?
I think he's on drugs.
How about that car? Do you think the car's on drugs?
Did you know
How about the grass? I'll bet it's on drugs.
Did you know that
Chlorophyll is a drug, you know.
that it has come out now that...
You know how ludicrous that question was?
Chlorophyll's not a drug. I used to use it for deodorant. It was wonderful.
Cool.
Do you know I use mineral salts?
Hey, they work.
Yes, they do.
Aluminum salts.
Yes, they do. Isn't that
So
something?
did you know that the kid that did the shooting out at Conyers who's on Ridgewood?
Do you know that when they autopsied his body, they found out that there were no drugs in his system?
Wait a minute. Why did they autopsy his body? He's alive.
Standard procedure.
He's alive.
The one in Columbine?
Conyers.
No, I'm talking Columbine.
I just said
one of the
Conyers.
two. It sounded like Columbine to me.
No, Conyers.
Okay,
The
Conyers,
guy in
Georgia.
the guy in Columbine was on Levi's.
Isn't it convenient that anybody who pulls the trigger in anger has got to be on drugs? I gotta.
Well, it says to me there's some
I am
association
impressed.
there.
I am impressed with your ability to associate any act of violence with psychiatry and psych drugs.
Okay,
That's
this,
CCHR party line.
okay, but isn't it being proven as true?
Nope.
How's it not?
It's not in his reality, therefore it's not true.
Remember, reality is subjective.
Because it's not on the internet, I bet.
Yeah, it's not on anything as far as I know.
See, there you go.
Well, I got on
Absolutely.
the internet that he was on drugs, so does that make sense?
But
You got that off the internet?
Yeah.
Well, you know, they're saying one of the two gentlemen that killed all those people in Columbine, it's suspected that because he stopped taking his drugs is why he pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that's what they said, but then I thought that they came back out and said he was on it.
Well, that,
Not what I heard.
whether it was because he was taking the drugs or because he was...
Hold on here.
Wow.
How come Church of Scientologists, when they drive by, flip us the bird? What kind of religion is that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
How do you know that the people that drove by that flipped you the bird were
Because it's a
Scientologists?
gentleman that videotaped once upon a time, came out of the building and videotaped, and on the very next picket, he drove by in a white Jeep Cherokee. And sorry, I didn't get the tag number.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't either, because that checked him out, because that's not okay.
Well, he flipped us the bird and said, and I quote, "Open your fucking mind." Not a church that I'd want to be a member of if that's what they teach their members to do.
What church are you a member of?
Doesn't matter to you.
Okay, so, but I'm just saying, it's like all churches aren't wonderful. I went to a church.
Didn't say they were.
I went to a church
But
once.
but
in
I don't know of
Minnesota,
any
and I
churches
wore a
that practice suppression of criticism. And that is what Hubbard preaches. You cannot, as a member, you cannot, under any circumstance, criticize Scientology. Tell you what.
Okay, tell me.
Tell you what. You tell me something wrong with Scientology, and I'll tell you something right with it.
See, from my viewpoint, there's nothing wrong with
I
it.
rest my case. You cannot say anything bad about it.
I could if I felt there was something
You
bad
cannot.
about it.
No, you are incapable. Or if you do, you are...
Excuse
well,
me, I'm not incapable.
okay, well then you're not allowed to. If you do, at the ethics violation, after y'all finish talking with me, there's going to be a sec check, and they will lock the door.
Wait a minute.
Watch the door. Watch the door.
There's gonna be I'm going to get a sec check?
Well, you're talking to a suppressive. That could make you PTS.
So are you saying that,
That
you are
could
a
ju-
suppressor?
Well, I'm a critic. That makes me a suppressive. I am suppressing your religion,
Okay.
according to Hubbard, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Hubbard says that is not allowed, and anybody that talks to a suppressive is PTS, potential trouble source.
Well, maybe you're not suppressive then. Maybe you're just PTS.
Automatically being a critic makes me suppressive, because I'm suppressing your religion by criticizing it.
Right. So why would anyone want to criticize a religion?
Because there's something wrong with it. If it were just a matter of, you can believe in space aliens, you can put a light bulb in your mouth and worship Uncle Fester. But when you tell me that I can't criticize, and when people are sued for criticizing in writing, and by the way, the lawsuits usually go against Scientology because there's no foundation of evidence. With the exception, Arnie Lerma. You've no doubt heard that name. Arnie Lerma was...
Actually, I never have.
Oh, well, he's one of the internet people.
Oh, okay.
And he used to be a member. He did. He used to be a member. And he posted on the internet some secret scripture, which he was sued about. 5 pieces of scripture. He was fined $500 for each piece. $2,500. He wrote a check and went on about his business. All right? So, there's nothing wrong with believing what you want to believe, but when you tell somebody that you cannot criticize me, and when the upper management attempts to take over U.S. government, and if you may have or may not have heard of Operation Snow White, you know Mary Sue Hubbard went to jail for Hubbard?
And
You-
she went to jail.
Yeah.
She served her time, just like any other body would have to do.
But she broke the law.
Okay.
Let's be precise.
And Hubbard, and Hubbard, excuse me, and Heber Gents right now is in trial in